In this video, I'm going to show you how we got our first 100 users for Surfkey, our product, leveraging Reddit. I think this strategy can really apply to a large variety of products, businesses, agencies, startups, but it's really great when you are just starting out, you don't have budget for ads, and you want to gain new users quickly and sustainably so you can iterate your product. I call this strategy 2-cent Reddit growth strategy, and that's because it's actually very similar to GaryVee's strategy on Twitter, the 2-cent strategy. And it's all based around you jumping into relevant conversations, providing value, offering help, and then plugging your product at the end when it makes sense. This strategy is not new. I've heard about it quite some time ago, but I resisted using it because it feels like it's a lot of work for a little gain. Like, imagine coming to Twitter and commenting under one tweet to get that single user to maybe sign up. It feels like a lot of work for one user, right? But that's until I realized that there's no other or easier way. And early stage growth is really about a lot of grind and about doing things that do not scale. So let's start from the beginning, right? You just finished your product, the first version of it, the MVP ideally, and you need to get users in. Maybe you did a landing page before, and this can also work for a landing page, by the way, but you are ready to show it to the people. What do? You build it and wait until they come? That's not going to happen. You can pay for ads. That's actually not a bad way to quickly validate your product, but it's not sustainable. Like, you can spend $300 on ads, bring like 500 people to your website. Hopefully some of them will sign up. Hopefully it will be your target audience. You can start speaking with them and figuring out what you should build, but it's not a sustainable channel until you get product market fit, a good monitoring or good conversion tracking on your ads, and it's scalable and positive ROI. What's next? SEO? Yes, that makes a lot of sense. It's sustainable, it's cheap, it requires a lot of grind, but it takes a lot of time as well. So it will take you like 3 months for your first pages to start ranking, and hopefully you will build the right pages for the right problem to solve. But you don't know that because your product is still fresh and you most likely missed with your first iteration of the product. So if you decide to build your SEO pages before you build the product, it's a smart strategy, but be ready that your focus or target audience might change and you will need to readjust those pages or build new ones. Still, it's worth it because you get your domain ranking and you have something to build on top of, but be ready that it's not the fastest way to get your users early on. Another one is cold sales, direct outreach. That's good for early stage growth. That makes a lot of sense, but it's very unscalable if you are doing it on your own. It's a lot of grind, and sometimes it's hard to find those people who are actually in the need of your product. Again, I can recommend it if you do it and you do it right, you do it very personalized. You can get good amount of users to talk to, iterate. They will likely be very invested in your product if they give you your time on the first outreach. And so yeah, good strategy. But again, hard to scale, hard to get a lot of people into your product. Last but not least, grow hacking. The famous Airbnb story, right? And they listed all their listings on Craigslist to get the exposure, and it worked. So if you figure out a good way to grow hack your product, go for it, try it. It's definitely worth trying, better than paying for ads. This 2-cent Reddit strategy is really powerful if you do it right. And it's quite simple. Let me show you how to do it right now. It's really about finding relevant conversations on Reddit, jumping in, providing value for free, offering help, and then plugging your product at the end. The hard thing on the strategy is actually figuring out which conversations are relevant to your business and in which you should jump in and spend your time on. If you are building, for example, a fitness app, right? Like, definitely there will be posts on Reddit where people ask for what's the best fitness app, and you can jump in. That's quite straightforward, but there will be not so many of them. And if so, probably a lot of your competitors will be there as well. People will be recommending easily others, maybe the ones that has the biggest SEO or the biggest, I don't know, they are the incumbents in the space. But there will definitely be conversations where people are asking like, should I do like 10 push-ups a day or should I do 10 squats a day? I don't know. And that's the same problem space that you are part of, right? You should jump in, you should provide and share your knowledge, and then plug your app so you can be like, oh yes, you should actually do 10 push-ups and 10 squats a day. That's the best way to like gain muscles. And you can use my app to do this because my app is super focused on working out with my own body weight. So you want to generally jump into conversations that are around your problem space, not only when someone is asking for the best fitness app. This is not easy to figure out, but it's a great exercise. You will also learn what are people and your target audience talking about. What's their challenges? What's their problem? And you can tailor landing pages around it. You can tailor your app experience about it. And the best thing is that you will have a lot of place to plug your product in and get users, different kind of users. And that's where it all starts. The more I talk to other founders who are running their side projects, bootstrapping or going after VC funding, the more I realize this is the hardest part, going from 0 to 1 and from 1 to 100 to start the iteration. And this is a great way to get a sustainable influx of new users that are very targeted because they are already searching for the problem you solve, or they are in the problem space, and Reddit is full of them. It is great for these people. Go there, they ask for help, you can help them, you can plug your product, get the users into your app, start speaking with them, start figuring out why they would never pay $50 for your app or why they would. And that's where your journey starts. Yeah, that's it. This strategy really worked for us in the past, and I can't imagine building another product without it. Reddit is full of people searching for the problem or having the problem you are solving. You should give it a spin. It's real powerful. It's a lot of grind, but it's real powerful. So good luck with your app and see you next time. Bye bye.